Hi guys, so we are outside again. I really liked it here the last time, so I hope that you don't mind. There is a little bit of noise, but I figure out you can still hear me. So, today I wanted to talk to you about the law of attraction and what to do when you feel like it is not working or when you feel like your life is not going the way that it is supposed to go. And I want to talk about it because lately, maybe for the last well, globally speaking, for the last a year and a half, but to be more particular, especially the last couple of weeks or maybe a month, my life has been going in a very weird direction. And I was thinking about how we never know what's best for us because no matter how your life goes, it goes in the direction that it is supposed to go. At least this is what I believe in. And when my life started taking this weird turn, I finally felt internally like everything came into place, like everything is finally aligning, and I felt so liberated and so sort of free finally because I never realized how much fear I had before. I didn't realize how kind of strangled I was with the fear and how it weighed me down all the time. And now I feel almost maniac most of the time because I'm just so free and I feel like my life finally belongs to me and not to the fear and not to someone else and not to fearing that something might happen or might not happen because I became more sort of independent and less anxious about stuff. I don't know how to explain this, but this is all a result of my life going into completely different direction than I thought I would like it to go. So I was thinking about it because I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction and I think that it does work, but sometimes we cannot understand how it works and why certain things happen. So I wanted to share with you my ideas on why when you wish for something and you visualize it and you do vision boards and you write down journals and you do all this stuff, but still you don't get what you wished for. So, well, first of the reasons that I think can be applicable to it is that you wish for something that doesn't really make you internally happy. So it's something that you think that you want, and maybe someone influenced you to think this way, or maybe you are doing this to get even with someone, or maybe it's just something that you think you want, but you actually don't feel good about it because maybe, I don't know, society or whatever. So it's not actually your internal wish, not your internal belief, and you are basing your desire on something that does not spark this happy feeling in you. So you don't feel good about what you wish, even though you might not even be aware of it at the moment. The next thing is that probably you might be pushing down your negative emotions in trying to feel happy. I always compare it to sprinkling glitter on shit because it doesn't make anything better, it just makes it look better. So if you have some internal bad feelings that kind of stand in the way between you and your desire, you have to get rid of these negative feelings first. And you cannot just get rid of them by ignoring them, you have to really work through them. You have to go deep inside yourself and see why you feel this way, what you can do to not feel this way anymore, and sort of just work through this negativity, let it out, live through this, because it is very important. We have to process our negative feelings and we have to stop ignoring them because it doesn't give us anything positive. It only pushing it down only creates more and more problems, even though you may not see it in the beginning. The next thing is that you might be more kind of concerned about how it will look like and how it will happen instead of what you are going to feel, and so you are way too proactive. Let's say you want to have a job and you wished for the job, you wrote it down, you started believing that you deserve this job, and you started visualizing how you're going to wake up in the morning and go to your dream job and do whatever you want to do. And you don't just let it go and you start obsessing over it. So you start thinking anxiously and all the time, and you just think, what can I do to get this job? Like, I have to call this person, I have to call that person, I have to do this and that, and maybe I should go there, and maybe I should write a resume, and maybe I should like do this and that. And so you become too obsessed with how you're going to achieve this, so you don't really believe that it will happen. And sometimes things just happen on their own in the ways that you don't even know that are possible. So if you really have a deep desire for something that you know is good for you and that you believe will make you feel better, you just have to trust that it will come eventually, and not be anxious or proactive or too obsessed with getting there as soon as possible, because timing is also important. Sometimes you might get what you want, but not in the time that you think that you needed, because you were not ready back then, or because maybe you needed to go through something in order to get to the place where it would benefit you the most. You know what I mean? So don't overact. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to lay on the couch and just do nothing and expect, you know, your life to kind of come together, but do not just be obsessive and too active, because it just doesn't bring any success and just gives you the opposite result. At least that's my opinion. And I mean, I'm not like a guru, so this is all just my experience. Another thing is that you are concerned about what it's going to look like more than what you're going to feel like. And here I can give you an example of a relationship. So let's say you like a person and you want to be with them, and you want to start dating them, and you want to maybe get married and have kids and stuff. But maybe this person is not right for you, so you are concerned about the appearance. So you think that this person is good for you, but you might actually not even know them, like their soul, their, you know, personality. Maybe they are going to like beat you up, or maybe you're just not compatible at all. And when you wish, for example, for a romantic partner, you should not wish for a specific person, but rather for the feeling that this person needs to give you. Because even when it seems like the person is the love of your life, or is your perfect second half, or whatever, first of all, I believe that there are way more than one person in this world who can make you happy and who can be your like second half, or whatever you want to call it. And secondly, it matters more how the person makes you feel, rather than some external, I mean, them being like pretty or rich or something like that. I mean, you just need to be very sure of what you want internally, rather than what it should look like on the surface. And this is also the reason why sometimes it doesn't work, just because you don't know that something is not really going to be good for you, and you wish for kind of the wrong things for yourself. Well, this other thing is actually a little bit alike something that I already talked about, and it's inability to let go of the desire to control everything. And I suffer with this a lot, I have to say. I really want to be everything in control because of my borderline personality disorder, because I had no control over my own feelings my entire life, because in my childhood I had no control over anything. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me, but I'm trying to get there. And actually in life we cannot control anything. Well, we can control our thoughts. This is the only thing that we actually have control over. But we just need to learn to let go of the things that we have no power over. And it can be hard. I mean, believe me, I know. And sometimes, I mean, especially when we struggle with mental health or with some other things in our life, we just crave control over someone or something because we just want to have this sense of security in our life. But there are no guarantees. Life can never give you guarantees. You cannot be sure that you will wake up tomorrow morning because you might die in your sleep or something. I mean, it's dark, but actually, I mean, no one can promise you anything because life doesn't work this way. So if you just want something, don't try to control it. I mean, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen, and no matter how obsessive you get, it's not going to bring it any closer to you. It's just going to poison your today and just rob you of the good times that you could have, but you are not having. So, well, to sum it up, I think that, well, the law of attraction is a very powerful thing and that it totally works. And although there are a lot of speculations about it and there are some things that I don't find to be true, but I think that it is a powerful thing and our intentions are very, very powerful. So we have to be careful with them. And the general rule is to see the picture of what you want to feel like in your life and have it more general so that there is more possibilities for it to come. And do not overestimate the power of bad things that are happening, because sometimes something bad might happen. I mean, if you're on your way to your dream job, you might get fired from your old one and you might think, oh my god, this is like the worst thing that ever happened to me. But if it wouldn't happen to you, then you wouldn't get this dream job. Or, for example, maybe you had to go through a breakup in order to learn something about life. And at the moment, it doesn't feel right. It feels, I mean, you're hurt and it feels like a bad thing, but you never actually know because we can't see into the future, and this is the beauty of life. I wouldn't want to see into my future because I want to discover what unfolds in front of me. And I truly believe that everyone is destined to become happy, and we just need to learn to be content in the here and now, and then we are just going to attract more and more good things into our lives. So I have talked a lot. Again, this video became way longer than I expected it to be, but I hope that it helped some of you, and I thank you very, very much for watching it. I love you guys so much, and be a nice human. See you in my next video. Goodbye.